This is my Minnesota State Fair 2010 journal, and I'm going to be doing this in 2 parts, I believe. I'm messing around with the lights, so we'll see how that goes. Trying to have as much light as possible, but this is 6.5 inches wide by 7 inches tall. It's a book that I made, and the cover originally had a depression, as you can see on this book here, and when I finished the book I took my spin art and scanned it and cropped it and made a laminated label for this area here. So that's how that happened. I used Gutenberg, the 130 gram squared weight, and it's a cream colored paper with a little bit of a fleck in it of fiber, and this is the title page. These are the dates I went. I was recovering from a conk on the head, so I was concerned about how I would be able to sketch or not, and so I had a little bit of a rough start, and then over the visits I kind of warmed up to it. I collaged bits in. I was using Daniel Smith watercolors in a tiny little pan palette and a Niji brush. And for a pen I was using a Statler pigment liner. Oftentimes I take journal cards to the State Fair, but I'm really glad that this year I took a book. It was easy to hold and navigate around the barns in. I pre-cut pages out of my journals when they're case bound. This, by leaving the tab in, I'm making room for collage materials later on. Trying to push myself here to do a whole little scene instead of just an animal. Excuse me. It's kind of a little joke. I left pages in some points where I knew I was going to take a photo. I have a little camera with me, and I wanted to take a photo of these 3 cows because of the size that they get. It's a newborn, a 1-year, and a 3-year-old. The size difference is really amazing. Some more pigeons. This is the second day the fair was open, and you only get to see pigeons the first couple of days, so I wanted to be sure and go. When there's a tab already here, I just paint over it, as you can see here. When I got home that night, I wrote a couple other notes, made a copy of my spin art, and stuck it in the book. I also made some, I'm sorry there's going to be glare off the lights, photos, reference photos, and stuck those in here. And I also stuck a couple in the back of the book. But then I ended up just doing them on the day that they actually happened instead. This is my second visit. This is the day of the State Fair sketch out. A group of 15 of us got together, and we had a meeting at 1 o'clock, and then everybody sketched until 4, and we had another meeting. I got there before the 1 o'clock meeting and sketched all morning. Again, I left this page because I knew I'd take these reference shots. I just filled these in when I got home that night. I actually met the young boy who owned this pigeon. He asked me specifically if I wouldn't draw his pigeon for him. Unfortunately, he left before he could see it, so they have judging and whatnot, and I didn't see him again. It's one of my favorite drawings. The birds in the poultry barn are in rows, and the crates are about eye height for the most part. So I was just a little bit taller than this guy in his crate. Beautiful black rooster, lovely, lovely plumage everywhere. And when I finished the drawing, I decided I wouldn't add any paint. I liked it just the way it was. But quite a contrast between the red comb and the black plumage. I did this scene quickly before the meeting, the second meeting. And then after the meeting, wanted to draw a little bit more and got out the brush pen, which didn't go very well. So I moved on and did another drawing. This is my final drawing from that day. And then I went back that night and wrote in some notes. And then these are photos of other people who were at the sketch out, their work. Nanette Lee did wonderful, colorful scenes. This is Ken Avador. Well, you're not going to see it because of the glare. Ken Avador's. You can see these on Urban Sketchers Twin Cities. We've posted a bunch of these. Roberta Avador down here. Susanna Hughes up there. And then this is a sketch that Ken Avador did of me. It's also, I think, on Urban Sketchers Twin Cities. So that's the end of that day, and I'm going to break here.